it's a blemish on his legacy that he could never ever recover, because at the end of the day, you cannot be on the realm of greatness when you cheat. You can't be next to Muhammad Ali, next to Joe Frazier, next to all of the all-time greats when you're a known cheater, when you had to resort to cheating on more than one occasion. You had to take steroids, and that's a fact. That's not a rumor or none of that. That's a fact. He tampered with his gloves. That's a fact, according to our eyes. Old media don't want to acknowledge it. They want to claim new media is blowing smoke when it's a freaking wildfire in the damn jungle. You know, right. They want to claim that our eyes is Photoshop. They paid the photographer to take the photos down from his website.
You want to know what's crazy about those photos?
Yeah.
I was actually one of the ones who got the photos.
I mean, you're going to have to send some toward me, man, because they took them down before I could get most of them down.
Yeah, I actually got the photos. That's the crazy part about it. See, while they was too busy worried about him talking, I was collecting all my evidence. I got everything I need.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got everything I need. That's why the WBC trying to get in touch with us now. You can't damage control over here. That's not gonna happen. They're just trying to damage control. There's no reason to talk to fat ass Suleiman. There's no reason. It's nothing to talk about. It's nothing to talk about.
I mean, when the man threw his integrity out of the window, the man has no honor, no integrity, so on and so forth, because he condoned cheaters on more than one occasions. It ain't just Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
History will repeat itself.
Right.
He claimed that Margarito was innocent when he cheated Cotto. Mm-hmm. When Margarito clearly loaded up his gloves against Cotto, and he claimed Margarito was innocent. When Canelo Alvarez failed for steroids, he claimed Canelo Alvarez was cleared. When Jimenez failed 2 drug tests, he claimed she was innocent, and he claimed that we proud of her as a champion. I mean, that Hope Insurance is better than Geico. I'm telling you, because the WBC president, he lied on their behalf, the cheaters' behalf. He have no honor. He has no credibility, so on and so forth, because the man, he willing to lie in order to defend these fighters on the hopeless that cheated on more than one occasions against these fighters on the coincidentalists every single time.
You want to know what's crazy about that? You want to know what's crazy about that?
Yeah.
When Deontay said something about catching a body, guess what? He didn't defend Deontay. He said he wanted to goddamn investigate.
Thank you.
He said he wanted to investigate. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's we clearly see what's going on. We know, like I said before, there's no reason for them to get in touch with us. I know they tried reaching out a couple times. There's no reason. They might talk to Shelly or whoever else they need to talk to, but there's no reason to talk to Deontay. Not at all. Nope. And I never said this before. I want to say maybe 3-4 days after the fight, when I went back and watched the fights, and I started noticing different things in the fight, I asked his brother, was they going to investigate? This was literally 3 days after the fight, bro. Literally 3 days after the fight. I asked his brother. Wow. And I still got the messages from what his brother told me about the fight.
And what he said?
His brother, if I can't go back in word for word, but his brother has said something between the lines like, well, we know Deontay, we know Tyson Fury, they're really good people. We don't think that he'll cheat and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Even though that's coming from his brother, not Mauricio, but still, he's still a product of him, and they represent each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
So with him saying that, I already know what's going on. It's that bullshit. I knew it from when he told me that. I still got those messages. I can screenshot it and send them to you. You know what I mean? But I definitely spoke to his brother, definitely. Because I know we text for a minute, and then he called me because he said he was doing something. So when he called me, we spoke about it. Not only did we speak about it, we also text about it. I got those messages still.
And I'm glad you confirmed that, because a lot of people always want to talk about, wow, why didn't Deontay Wilder team say anything? Why didn't they kind of push for investigation when you clearly did, right? Man, I have a whole playlist called the AKHi Investigations. I dropped I don't know how many videos on this subject. I had so much proof, so much evidence. The evidence is overwhelming. We have footages, we have witnesses, we have victims, we have coaches, trainers. You don't even have to depend on your eyes. We even have witnesses. And they still don't want to investigate when you already even questioned Tyson Fury in the situation. But I'm just showing you how good of Tyson Fury Hope Insurance is. They're willing to do whatever in order to protect this win. Suleiman stated, this is one of the best wins of the century. We're not going to let y'all take this from us. We don't give a damn if Tyson Fury cheated or not. Y'all can't take this win from us because they've been waiting on a Rocky Balboa. He finally got here. And then y'all trying to take it away from us. That's how he took it.
You know, man, like I said, I got all the proof I need. I got all messages. I got all the photos. I got a damn good lawyer. So
and we know Wilder got the best lawyer.
Come on, man. I got a damn good lawyer. So listen, they can keep saying all they want. They can say whatever they want, bro. But man, I just wish that I can show that what the doctor said. I wish I can show. It'll shut a whole bunch of people up. You know what I mean? But
give us something. Give us something, man.
It's coming. You know, it's coming because like I said, I've been saying for a while I had this. Oh yeah, for real. So, I was just reading Scotty World Cup.
Oh yes.
But see, you know,
shout out to my man. Yeah,
it's different people that I talk to who know. You know what I mean? Who already, bro. Like I just said about his brother name's Pepe.
Pepe, thank you.
That's Pepe. Yeah, it's Pepe, bro. It's people who I spoke to about Pepe week after the fight.
Wow.
Yeah. And we 8 months behind now? What, 8 almost
still ain't do a damn thing.
7. Come on, bro. I've been said something about this. You know what I mean?
I mean, the fact that they cut off the camera in the locker room, I mean, that's a huge question mark. I mean, let alone all the other things. But I'm just saying, just the fact that he cut off the camera in the locker room. And let me inform you on this. The cut man for Tyson Fury, that's actually Margarito trainer nephew. That same trainer that cheated, loading up Margarito gloves. This is his nephew. Now, in the Wallen fight, this was the same cut man that saved Tyson Fury's eyes. When he had that huge cut, he saved his eye. Tyson Fury is thankful for that. Till this day, he keeps talking about how he's thankful for Jorge for saving his eye. However, in the rematch with Wilder, he was not his cut man. But peep this, he was still in the same damn locker room as Tyson Fury. Now, what the heck was he doing in there when they cut off the damn camera? Was he tampering with the gloves or something? That's the questions that have to be answered.
All right, so check this. What a lot of people don't know is, although Tyson got a new team, that was just a way to get people off what they were really trying to accomplish. Ben, all those guys he had before, he didn't fire those guys. He actually went to go train with somebody else, but they still was all working together. You see what I'm saying? And I know this for a fact. I got conversation with Ben. A lot of people don't know that either. I got a conversation with Ben when he pretty much telling on himself about the fight. See, a lot of people, I'm putting too much out there. That's why I got to relax. Yeah. That's why I got to relax. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got a full-blown conversation with Ben.
Let me tell you something. Ben, man, I got so much dirt on Ben, but Ben was one of those guys that during the fight, he was obviously the trainer for the Deontay Wilder first fight when he was training Tyson Fury. He was telling Tyson Fury in the corner, use that left hand. Use that left hand. You could beat him with that left hand alone. Don't use the right as much. Use that left hand. He kept insisting. Use that left hand. That's when he only tampered with his left glove by placing his fist in the palm area. And we could clearly see on the footage, right? You could see the glove rotating in 90 degrees. It's not physically possible for your hand to rotate 90 degrees. And then when you land the punch, you ain't landing it like this. You landing it like that, like you slapping with it, smacking with it, where you're going to easily break your wrist, right? And Nicholas Asbury confirmed that Tyson Fury utilized them same cheating tactics in sparring. See, what Tyson Fury does, he cheats in sparring, practice in sparring, and execute fight night. Only a cheater knows how to get away with cheating. You know what I mean? And Tyson Fury is the king cheater. You know what I mean? They call him the Gypsy King. I call him the cheating king. You know, so Ben, I mean, there's so much dirt behind Ben. Like I said, even his other teammate, Billy Joe Saunders, he got busted for steroids when he was supposed to fight Andre. Around the same time, Tyson Fury lost 150 pounds in like a couple of months. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the heck was Tyson Fury doing to lose 150 pounds? And he was hanging out with Billy Joe Saunders every day. And Billy Joe Saunders got busted with steroids that help you lose weight and leave your system in 24 hours.
And I know that too. See,
we on the same page.
You know, and a lot of people, honestly, a lot of people didn't even know why it took so long for Tyson Fury samples to come back. But I ain't gonna speak too much on that either. You know what I mean?
But let me say this. We know one thing, which is the fact the WBC increased the computer limit a fighter could have in his system ever since all these Hispanic fighters started filling all these drug tests. So we have to raise the question, is Tyson Fury eating wild boar or not? Because he could be eating wild boar every single day and he could pass the test. He'd be clear to fight on steroids because the WBC, like I stated, increased the computer limit a fighter could have in his system. And that's the corruption that exists in the sport of boxing. So if you have the complexion for the connection, you could go around the loopholes and actually cheat in the sport of boxing and get away with it.
Well, here's the crazy. I'm gonna go back to Ben for a second. It's funny that you said that Ben was saying something in the corner for us. You can beat him with the left hand. I actually got on wax in writing when he was talking. I asked him about it. He told me some bullshit as if when you got a power puncher, you got to beat him with the jab was a power puncher. First of all, everybody knows in boxing, you don't fucking trade with a fucking power puncher. And neither do you jab with a power puncher. So that when he said that, that just like, what? You're not even making sense. You know what I mean? I even had to ask my coach that. Matter of fact, my coach is an Oct too. You probably see him on Instagram a lot too. But
yeah, I know your coach.
Yeah, so and I asked my coach about that. He was like, "That's bullshit." But Tyson did use some different. He did use some different tactics. But the left hand, like jabbing with a puncher, no, bro, no.
Yeah,
like
you get it set up for that right hand. And that's Deontay Wilder eraser.
Exactly. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But then going forward, when we were just talking about the clenbuterol, like that's crazy to up the levels in it. I honestly believe that he's on more than just that. You know what I mean? But I know who's on what in the heavyweight division, especially the heavyweight division. I know everything. I know who's on what, who's not doing what. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. And the crazy thing that what's been said about that is D said that before. D said, I know who doing what. I know who doing what, and I know everything about these heavyweight fighters. Everything.
Yeah.
So he said before. It's not like it's nothing new. We know.
Right. He said it before. I mean, just to name a few. Dillian White, Povetkin got busted on more than one occasion. Big Baby Miller. And the list goes on and on and on. Tyson Fury. All these guys were on steroids. The only one that really got it out of the mud is Deontay Wilder. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he always pushed for drug testing. That's why he always pushed for clean drug testing. But again, these cheaters will always find a way to cheat. I mean, like I said, it's mind-boggling in a sport where you could physically kill your opponent. Now, the WBC, they bashed Deontay Wilder for stating, you want to catch a body in the ring? That's not professional. What you mean? That's what we do. Ali said in a nicer way, if you're going to fight me, increase your insurance. Why the heck do you think he said that? Because you could physically kill your opponent in the ring. Floyd said that, you got to go in the ring with a mindset, I'm ready to die. Because if you don't have that mindset, you could easily quit in the fight. And Deontay Wilder clearly had that mindset because he was willing to die when Tyson Fury was cheating in the rematch. So for the WBC to act like he got the fighter's best interest, oh, we care about your health. Oh, Wilder, why did you say that? And then he increased the computer limit a fighter could have in his system so these fighters on the hopeless could cheat and be legally able to fight.
It was crazy, man. JR, which is Deontay Wilder Jr. I think he's now, 4 or 5 years old. What's crazy about that night, I remember when he was crying. We was asking him what was wrong. And then they say kids know everything. We was asking why he crying. He said, I ain't crying because my daddy lost. I'm crying because Tyson Fury cheated. He said that
Wow.
shit that night in the locker room, bro.
Wow.
Come on, bro. Like,
That's
and he
so
was,
crazy.
and at that time he said it, it was just like, is everything gonna be okay, DJ? But going back and look at it, knowing he said it, it was like, holy fuck.
That's crazy. Let me
Yeah.
say this. Let me add on to this, right? Because you brought up the photos earlier. And
Yeah.
as soon as the photos came out and new media, we did our job, report the news, unbiased, stating facts, that Trump opinion, right? Now we reported the news on the photos, and a lot of decafs, a lot of YouTube trolls, old media came out with videos claiming they debunked our video by claiming that the photo was photoshopped. I mean, we showed them more than one photo, but they keep claiming that they were photoshopped. Now, come to find out that the photographer, John, he confirmed that the photos were 100% authentic. They 100% real. And he took photos for Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Canelo Alvarez, Deontay Wilder, the biggest stars in the game. He not about to lose his credentials by tampering with photos. And he put the photos out right after the fight, before the Tyson Fury glove accusations came out. Exactly. Right? Now, they basically admitted on themselves that Tyson Fury clearly tampered with his gloves. Like I said, if you lie on more than one occasion, you're going to contradict yourself. But if you tell the truth from day one, the truth will always be undefeated.
So here's the thing about that. Let me answer the question fully. First of all, before this whole thing even erupted, I guess before Glovegate or before Glovegate 2.0, I had those pictures. I've been had my evidence. So the pictures that was up that everybody saw are the correct pictures. Now it became Photoshop once the trolls or these other people who have something to say negative about it. But let me talk about that. What's crazy about it is some of these media, quote unquote media people, are paid by the people over in the UK. And a lot of people don't know that. I know different guys in the media who share with me what's really going on. These UK people get people to work for them over there and get paid. You know what I mean? Get paid little small amounts of money to work for them over in the UK, or put this out publicly about talk bad about a fight over here just to make the fight over there look good. I know what's going on in the media. I have two media member friends, good friends at that. They're good brothers. You know what I mean? So I know all about it. They're not doing nothing but paying people to say bad things, bro. That's all they're doing. And if people willing to sell their soul for a little check, then you got to do something. You need to go check yourself for real.
Right. I mean, the biggest media outlet in the UK, BT Sports, when I dropped the video, this is crazy, right? And my video went viral. The day of, BT Sports, they dropped like a 10-second clip of Tyson Fury in the locker room. I don't know what he's doing. And they kind of put JD in there. And they pretty much trying to, justify Tyson Fury cheating. They claimed, oh, man, you see JD being there. I dropped the video of them cutting off the camera in the dressing room. So why will BT Sport drop 10-second clip? When we requested, we want to see the whole footage of Tyson Fury in his dressing room. As soon as he arrived in the locker room, you know what I'm saying? We want to see every little photo. We want to see the whole footage. Don't show us 10 seconds and y'all want to claim that shows Tyson Fury is innocent, because Margarito, when he cheated and loaded up his gloves, Cotto Trainer was there. He still found a way to cheat. It's easily you could distract somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the hard thing to do. And we don't know if the gloves were tampered with before even JD got there.
Exactly. So, like I said, Jay did go to that locker room. But like I said, he wasn't there when those gloves was put on. You know what I mean? Anything could have happened. This man could have went to go use the bathroom and could have just, cut him or untaped him, whatever the case may be, in the bathroom. Nobody knows, because at this point, it's evidence that they were in on it. You know what I mean? It's evident. But Mauricio come out and he says that he was in a locker room. But guess what? What's funny is as many videos that I can post of us being in the same house right now for the past month. I can post so much shit. You feel me? But I don't. But what's crazy is on fight night, if anybody follow me on Instagram, on fight night, I post everything just so, you know, some of his fans or some of the people, like my family members, some of my people that I'm cool with, they can get like a up close and front row seat of what really be going on behind the scenes. Guess what? I have videos where Mauricio was never in the back. I'm the person who provided all those videos. When you see all these other channels posting those videos, they got those videos from me because I keep stuff like that. I post everything. If Mauricio ever did come to the back, at every single one of the last Deontay fights, since he had the belt, Mauricio only has came to the locker room before the fight. So on a meet and greet basis, we don't see Mauricio after that at all, except for maybe when he win, he might come and say congratulations or something like that, and he get the hell on. Other than that, bro, Mauricio he's never in our dressing room, never. So for him to come on record and say that he saw the gloves laced, he seen the hand wrap, that shit's a fucking disgrace, bro. Okay. Because I got the footage.
Man, the man lied to our face.
Especially in my locker room, I got the footage of everything.
Let me tell you this,
bro. We're blessed over here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
and see, that's the thing. I knew he was lying through his teeth because he said his big ass tail was some way, somehow in both dressing rooms. I mean, how the heck you gonna be in Wilder's dressing room the whole time watching him, and you're gonna be in Fury's dressing room watching him the whole time? It's physically impossible, especially for his big ass tail. He have to be Goku or something. We know he lied through his teeth. Because even Tyson Fury photos on his locker room, on his dressing room, when they cut off the footage, and also the footage that BT Sports provided, and the ones that was on PBC Fox, I didn't see Suleiman not even once. So we know he was lying through his teeth, and we already know he sold his soul because this man, he would rather lie in order to condone cheaters. The boxing board have to do something about this when it comes to belts and all that. And actually, a fan, I have a question for you. Why are these fighters still fighting for this belt? PBC need to have their own belt and put all the belts out of business. Wilder fight was the last straw for me. So what do you say to that? Because there was news of the PBC coming out with their own strap called PBC. That would be a great idea. They will actually establish their own franchise, kind of like the UFC in the MMA. The UFC is kind of like the most dominant force in the MMA. The same way for PBC. They have mainly all the fighters, like 80% to 85% of all the fighters. Al Heyman is who's saving boxing right now. So why not come out with a PBC strap and get away from all this corruption that's going on in boxing?
I mean, honestly, I hope they do. You know what I mean? I heard about that same thing too. I think that'll be beautiful for boxing. I think it'll be beautiful for the fighters. You know, and I believe truthfully, you know, when it does happen, it'll definitely bring back a lot of love for the sport. Now, what I do know we need to cut out is some of these judges. You know, we need to cut out some of these judges. And I've already witnessed one bad fight this year. So far, I've seen one bad scoring fight, and that shit was terrible because he definitely got his ass whooped. But
you talking about Rolly?
He got his ass whooped. You know what I mean? And that was just terrible. You know what I mean? So I think that we cut that out and get some of these judges cleared up. You know what I mean? And stop having these, you know, some of these promotion companies with so much power to pay for people belts. You know what I mean?
You're not that pretty. I'm a man. Wait. I still got the world. I still got the world. I still got the world. I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.